Hi everyone, today I am going to show you what I eat on Omega Monday, plus I'm going to talk about some other random stuff. I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com. This is where I show you how I've lost almost 150 pounds following an animal-based ketogenic way of eating. It is Omega Monday. Well, it is for me. For you, it might be some other random day of the week, but I'm filming this on Omega Monday. If you don't know what Omega Monday is, I am going to provide some links below. Basically, it is a movement that I've started in my Facebook group and my YouTube channel to dedicate a day to omega-3s. Omega-3s are so important for our health. Women at this age, men too. I mean, you know, there's so many good benefits of getting a lot of omega-3s. And so the foods that I like to focus on Omega Mondays are eggs, the yolks and the whites. I eat both. Eggs are high in omega-3. The highest, of course, in omega-3 are fatty fishes. And so I eat a lot of fatty fishes on Omega Monday. The other one that I will have sometimes is lamb. Of all the red meats, lamb is the highest in omega-3. So that's my very short and sweet description of what an Omega Monday might look like. Today I'm having 2 meals and I'm going to show you the first one in just a moment. But I just want to talk about some other things too. For those of you who come to my channel and just want to see the cooking, just skip ahead. I'll put a couple of chapter markers. I know that I do get comments, you know, more cooking, less talking. I'm here for both. I have a following of people who want to know my opinions on things because this is not just a cooking channel. This is a channel where I try to teach people or show people how I deal with the mental and emotional challenges of being overweight for decades, losing weight, maintaining weight loss. I wish somebody had talked to me about these things 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, or when I was a child. So if you're not here for that, feel free to skip ahead. I don't mind, honestly, or speed me up. I don't care about that either. But I'm going to talk to my people right now. You guys are my people. I'm struggling a little this week. So I went to Tennessee. You know, been talking a lot about going to Tennessee. I went there. It was fantastic. Have you ever heard of post-event syndrome? I was so pumped up when I left Tennessee. I was going to get right back to my fasting, right back to, you know, doing another prolonged or extended fast, right back to everything. I was so excited. And I just feel like nothing happened. I mean, I've been eating, you know, the foods I'm supposed to eat, but I've been eating, you know, too much dairy, too much cheese, I wasn't willing to track. I haven't fasted at all in over a week. Today is the first day of kind of normal, and I've been home a week. And so you know, there is this thing called post-event. I used to call it post-event syndrome. I've heard other people call it different names. And it's where you go to an event. You are perfect all through. And for me, it was a whole week because I was traveling on both sides of it, attending the meat stock event. For those of you who don't know, I'll link my live from last night where I, you know, talked about the event, which was fantastic. All the good food, everything was perfect. And then I came home and had trouble getting back into my routine. You know, I know that some of you out there can relate. I used to go to something like that. I would go to something where, or even just a family dinner. You made it through family dinner, you come home and you binge. Or you go to a conference, a weekend conference or a weekend getaway. You're so perfect all the way through it. You come home and fall flat on your face. So while I didn't do that, I mean, I haven't done that in so long, I felt it. I felt the struggle this week of getting back to a normal routine. I loved fasting. I mean, last month through fasting, I lost 9 pounds. That's a major stall breakthrough that I had. And so I want to get back to that. My heart and my soul want to get back to that, but I just couldn't get back to it. So by the time I eat this first breakfast, this will be the first time I've been able to make it through dinner to a later morning meal. This is going to be, I'm starting small, 15 hours, and I was doing 48-hour fasting. So starting small today, 15 hours. Tomorrow, I'm going to shoot for 16 or 18 hours. We'll see, I feel like I'm just sort of picking myself back up, and I think it's okay. I think I feel better already just talking about it, because now I feel like I can just own up to it and move on. So let's talk about what I'm going to make and where I got the inspiration from. So I want eggs, because eggs are a good omega-3 meal. I'm also going to have a side of sardines with these eggs, because I'm only having, this is a 2-meal Omega Monday. I'm going to show you how to get all your protein in for an Omega Monday here. I'm having 4 eggs. I am making a thing called Slutty eggs. So where did that come from? It came from JC, who was at Meat Stock. I met her last year at Meat Stock. I'm gonna put a picture up here somewhere of her. She does have a YouTube channel, but I think where she really lives is on Instagram. So I'm gonna link her Instagram and her YouTube. I have her book here. So she does have a book called The 30-Day Carnivore Boot Camp. She's so humble. I mean, she never mentioned it or anything. Practically, it's just sort of came up in conversation, and I was like, what do you mean you have a book? I had never heard of this. Give it to me. I want to see it, So sorry, JC, if I was pushy on that one. But she has a recipe in here, and we talked about it, called French slow scramble, and then in brackets, slutty eggs. I did find out when I got home that she did a YouTube video tutorial on how to make the slutty eggs. I'm glad I watched it, because it kind of really showed me how to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It is on page 76 of her book. Oh, look who I have as the bookmarker. It's Courtney Luna's recipe here. I have Courtney's book too. I love you guys both. Anyways, we're going to make the slutty eggs right now. And if you watch the little video tutorial that I am going to link to down below, she explains why it's called that. So I'm just going with it. So we're going to need a cold, I'm going to, emphasize this, a cold non-stick pan. That's why I have it here, and I'm starting here. Cold. We're going to put the eggs in here. I'm going to make 4 eggs. We have 4 eggs in this cold pan. We're going to do, she says, a minimum of a ½ tablespoon butter per egg. So that would be a minimum of 2 tablespoons butter. And again, we're going cold here. And I'm going to be generous, because she said minimum. I want lots of butter. I need butter today. Butter, butter has some kind of a weird soothing effect.
Don't you think?
It can. I've heard of people who are feeling anxious, and they pop a little bit of butter in their mouth, and it immediately makes them feel better. I'm sure there's some science behind that. There's something in the butter. Look what I found at Buc-ee's in Tennessee. Isn't this cute? I want to put it up on the wall somehow. Isn't that great? It's kind of how I feel today. I need the butter. We're going to go to the stove now. I've got a wooden spatula. You could also use a whisk for this. Basically, we're going to take this to the stove and emulsify all of this together. Even though I watched JC do it in that tutorial, I'm a little nervous, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. So let's go over to the stove. Okay, so I'm at the stove. You'll notice that I am wearing a Buc-ee's apron. I picked that up in Tennessee at Buc-ee's, of course. Okay, that place really understands me. I could have, if I wasn't getting on an airplane afterwards, I could have spent $500 in that store, like easily. They get me. They have pulled pork and brisket and tacky aprons and so much stuff. I just love that store. I'm going back to Tennessee or somewhere down south just so I can go to Buc-ee's again next year. But let's do these eggs. Okay, so cold. JC says to put it no higher than medium high, or sorry, medium low, I should say. So that's what I'm doing, turning it to medium low. And the whole idea is that we're not scrambling the eggs. We are going to emulsify them with the butter. So I hope that's how this turns out. We shall see. It's just a lot of stirring on low heat. We want to end up with a creamy yellow mixture and not scrambled egg whites and egg yolks. So that's what I'm trying to do here first, is to get this creamy mixture, and the butter will slowly melt into it. JC, I'm trying to make you proud. I hope I do, or maybe not. I don't know. Come on, I'm trying to get those. I still see separate egg whites and egg yolks. So maybe I'm just going to stir a little more vigorously. Some of the butter has melted already, which is good. Butter's melting. I still have pieces of, why aren't those egg whites breaking up? We've got butter, we've got eggs. We do have some pieces of egg white in there. So clearly I don't quite have the technique down. Maybe it's too, I'm gonna turn it down lower. It just could be too hot. Let's see if I can get those lumps out. I want it to be nice and smooth. Clearly I should have practiced. Okay, I've got it on the lowest setting. All right, well, all I can do is really just keep going. There are gonna be a few little egg white pieces in there. It's not the end of the world. Still gonna get my omega-3s. Okay, we're getting there. Thickening up. Okay, here we go. They are almost done. They are definitely not as perfect as JC's, but I'm going with it. I've brought it this far. Okay, so she says to take them off, take them out. Like, you don't want these to get crispy. They should be just cooked. So I'm going to take them out, but then there's one more thing I'm gonna do. These are a little bit less cooked than what I normally would cook them, but I'm gonna go with her instructions. So there they are. And then what she does as a final touch is whatever's left in the pan, she makes that, she cooks it until it's crispy. So I'm going to do that too. So what we have is we have some crispy topping. Just to make these eggs a little bit extra slutty, we're going to put a little bit of crispy egg on top. I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to top it with some crispy bits. I've got slutty eggs with topping, crispy egg topping. I've got a can of water packed sardines. I'm gonna add my mustard, have to have mustard. But most important thing is I wanna try these eggs. I'm gonna salt it. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna take a piece of the very soft eggs. I mean, this is much softer than I ever would make scrambled eggs, so this is something new for me.
Oh.
Okay, I get it, JC.
Okay,
These do not taste like scrambled eggs. I know mine aren't perfect as JC's, but I get it. There's this whole different mouth feel to these eggs. I get it. You're gonna have to try it for yourself. Wow, okay, I'm gonna get some with the crispy bits. I can see why people make these.
Mm-hmm. These are really good.
These are really good. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, they just look like scrambled eggs to me, only softer, but they taste like the whole mouthfeel, the whole sensation is completely different than normal scrambled eggs. So I would encourage you to give it a try. I also would encourage you to check out JC's book. It is full of information about why do carnivore, all the science behind it, everything, plus a few recipes, precious recipes like this. Amazing. So I'm gonna go off and have this. See you for the next meal. Okay, back for the next meal. I'm going to do salmon fillets. I'm going to do it in my Ninja Crispy, which I haven't even shown you guys yet because I got this thing and then all kinds of other things happened and I haven't had much time for videos. So I will show it to you today. I now have two Ninjas. I have a big one for when I need it. And my favorite thing about this Ninja is how tiny it is. So I've only used this small one. It is perfect size. If you're single, it's the perfect size. If you just want to cook like 2 chicken thighs, 1 steak, you know, a fillet of fish, small things. It also is portable. You can cook, put the lid on, put this in the fridge. This thing is small enough that you could take it for traveling. So this is what I normally use. I normally just put this on top and I cook my small amount of food and, you know, or whatever fits in here. Today I want to cook 2 fillets. And so I'm going to use the attachment. This comes with a big dish and a little dish. So today I'm going to use the big dish. I'm going to get this out of the way. To use the big unit, they have this adapter ring and you just basically plunk it on and then you can put the power pod on top. That's all there is to it. Got to get the fish fillets in there, so I'm just going to take this off and cut them open. These are frozen salmon fillets. I probably should spritz that. I'm just going to give this a little spray. This is the Chosen Foods avocado oil spray, just so that the salmon doesn't stick, or hopefully doesn't stick. What I like about this unit too is because it's glass, the whole thing I just put in the sink and wash it when it's it's really easy to clean. So I don't know, I'm liking it. I'm gonna put skin side up so that it gets a little crispy. I'm hoping it'll get crispy. And sprinkle a little salt on there. Okay, so it's a really simple little pad up here. This is the power pod. This is where you decide what you're going to do. There's bake, air fry, max crisp, and re-crisp. Re-crisp is used for just warming things up that have already cooked. I'm gonna do the air fry, but 10 minutes is not enough. Now, there's something, the first time I used this, I thought, okay, this is really weird. You don't have any temperature control. But looking through the manual, what I found out was that air crisp is between 400 and 425. So you just choose air crisp, which is On my other bigger air fryer, 400 degrees is my default. I cook everything at 400 degrees, so this was perfect for me. The only thing that I want to do different, these fish fillets take about 15 minutes. So I'm going to up the time to 15 minutes. And I haven't cooked fish fillets, salmon fillets in here before, so I may need another minute or so. The nice thing about the glass is that you can also watch it cook. So if all of a sudden you think it's getting too, maybe it's gonna overcook, then it's easy to see where you're at. So 15 minutes, I'm gonna press the mode button until air fry is lit up, and then I'm going to start. That's it. So easy. I'm going to keep an eye on it. One more feature I want to show you is that if you're looking in here and you go, oh, there's something wrong, it's overcooking, you just have to do that and it stops cooking. You just lift it off, put it down. So let's let it cook now. I'll see you when it's done. All right, let's see what we have. I'm not 100% sure that if this is ready. It kind of looks good. Yeah, I'm gonna call it ready. So that was 15 minutes. And we're going to put this on a plate. We've got crispy skin, which is nice. I love it. Look at that. Just want to make sure that they're done, and they are. Yeah, I might have maybe even have been able to do that 14 minutes. Gonna do some butter. The parsley is for the picture. Oh, I need a little bit of salt. Beautiful. Okay, just getting the butter to melt. All right, I'm going in for a taste. Oh, this is perfect. It's cooked through.
I love crispy salmon.
Okay, this was good. If you have any questions about my little unit here, let me know. So this is the end of Omega Monday. I'm gonna eat the salmon with butter. I might put more butter on. Did I mention my t-shirt? Link below for Omega Monday as well as Sardine Challenge t-shirts. And I'm gonna put more merch down there at some point, maybe when I'm not doing a cookbook. I don't know how long it will take. Anyways, thank you for watching, and see you guys on the next video.
These are really good. Oh. Hi, today is Omega Monday. Oh, but wait a minute. Where's that towel I had? We're doing Who I Am, right? Where's that towel? I was going to launch into the recipe. I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com, where I show you how I lost the 145 do I say almost 150 pounds? 145? How far back should I go? How am I going to put this politely? I'm going to get a nice 150 pounds. The only person who will trip is you. Pretty much guarantee that. Because I'm past 150 pounds. 145, it is Omega Monday. Are you done? Are you done? I got butter on my Aura ring. Silly me. It's kind of how I feel today. I need the butter. How am I going to put this politely?